Hello everyone, it is Monday, 12:30 in London, and it's a beautiful rainy day. It's like 12 degrees. I'm literally wearing a sweater on the 10th of June, 2019. Just saying, a sweater. It's cold, it's cold. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Today, I'm going to talk about 3 reasons why you, me, us, why we are not doing what we are supposed to do, and often we want to do, but we don't do it. So, first of all, the good news is we are normal. Oh, thank you, precious. And thank you for today. I'm here, ladies and gentlemen, because my precious friends, my precious friend Precious and Amber pushed me to do this Facebook Live, which I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I needed to be more, like, I was looking to be ready. I'm going to talk about this in point number 2, which is called perfectionism. Anyway, so let's crack on. The reasons why we don't do what we want to do or what we are supposed to do, it's usually mainly for 3 reasons. And today I'm going to talk about them like roughly. So first of all, overwhelm. Hi, Uda. Overwhelm is a bad thing because it paralyzes us. And I know this very well because I literally love to-do lists. I love writing them down. I have had made paper lists, app list. I have written all the kind. I've done Excel spreadsheet. I've done all the kind of things because writing to-do list things down or things you, honestly, let's be honest. We write on the to-do list mostly things we don't want to do, but we know we should do. So writing them down, it's basically so reassuring. It makes you feel in control. The person who will invent the app that does the things that we write down and they get done, that person is going to become a multi-billion gazillionaire. Because writing things down, I know, they're not going to be done. That's it. So the importance of to-do lists is to not help us to forget them. And my very good friend Andy told me off because I have literally like on my phone 7, I'm not saying 7 to-do apps. I have Wunderlist, Todoist, Anydo, 2 calendars, one, the native phone one, reminders, and what's the other one? Trello. So being a visual person, I really love the Kanban method. This Trello makes me feel less overwhelmed because it's very visual. It's like cards that you can swipe around and you can move them around as much as you need. And basically the Kanban method, it's very simple and very effective because what they say, it is to do a brain dump, write all the things you need to do in the short term, long term, blah, 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 all in one column. Then have a column for now, what you're doing right now. And oh, the rain is getting worse. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm home today. 12 degrees, ladies and gentlemen. London has 12 degrees today in June. Anyway, so I have a column, that brain dump list, now. Then immediately after, put the one to do within a week, and then in the near future. And then I have put one in like whenever. That whenever most likely is going to be never. But at least I know I have something to put stuff that I'm not sure if I'm going to do or stuff. So I have that end list there. This method makes me feel less overwhelmed because what the Kanban method teaches us is to keep only 3 things in the now. Don't put a 4th one or a 5th one till one of those 3 things are done. So this makes you feel less overwhelmed because it's like you're working either on A, B, or C. Now, this method is making me do much more. weirdly enough, because I need to focus myself on those three things. And if I really need to do a new thing, one of them needs to be back in the brain dump. So they need to swap. So one of the reasons of why I feel overwhelmed is because we overestimate on what we can do the next day or during the day. The thing is, life is busy. Some moments we are very productive, and usually when I write the to-do list, I'm like, I'm going to get all this list done. I want it out of the way. Ta, 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 ta. But then 2-3 hours later, you're mentally tired and you want a break, or like you are after lunch, you're like digesting, blah, blah, blah. So it's very important that you try to get less overwhelmed by stuff. Point number 2, perfectionism. Now, perfectionism is a very good excuse to procrastinate. Do you want to start a business, but you're waiting to be ready? You just need that training course. You need to have your logo perfect. You need to have the right colors. I tell you, I have wasted so many, not hours, not days. I'm saying weeks on trying to find my logo, to find the right business card, how they should look, and the colors. Oh my gosh, whoever will listen to me, I drive them crazy. It's like, oh, which color should I choose? And I was not even looking for clients. My main thing, I needed to be perfect. And what's perfect, by the way? I just was procrastinating because I was fearful of starting this business. And I was losing myself in all the nitty-gritty because I thought once I have all the nitty-gritty sorted, I will feel much better because I will feel in control and I will feel much more with foundations. If somebody says, your business sucks, I can tell them, well, my business cards are very good, my color code. No, that's not what a business is. Not mine, for sure. I'm a therapist and life coach, so for sure, those things, I know that I struggle with perfectionism whenever. Yes, if I'm not careful, I go back in these three things: overwhelm, perfectionism, and fear. And what I'm sharing today is how to handle them, because if you don't handle them, they get all in you. But yeah, perfectionism is something that is like, we need to feel ready and we wait. We wait till we will feel ready. Truth is, you're never going to feel ready. If you want to do something, prepare as better as you can, but put a deadline. By that day, you're going to show up with that business idea, with that book you have in mind, with that talk you have in mind. Go and do it. It's never going to be perfect. There's nothing like perfect. Show up is the best thing you can give to the world. If you have a message, if you have a book, show it to the world. The world needs your thinking, your ideas, your point of view. So perfectionism can really break you down because you're like, oh, I'm not ready. I know this perfectly. I have done so many online courses, read so many books, and I'm reading so many blogs. It's like, I will feel ready before to do this video, even today. Thanks to Precious and Amber, I got it today because I was waiting to get that extra information on blog posts and stuff, because I wanted to hear multiple opinions on how people deal with procrastination and why we don't do what we should do. The thing is, I have heard so many opinions and I was feeling like literally overwhelmed by the load of information. And I was paralyzed by analysis paralysis. Because the more things we try to digest, the more confused we are and the more time we are doing. And honestly, I was like, you know what? I need to say these three issues from my point of view and how I deal with them. So the last one, it's fear. Fear is very paralyzing, which is also a part of perfectionism. We are trying to be perfect, to do something, to deliver something, because out of fear. It's like, what if people judge us, criticize us, attack us? It's like, oh, that's all BS. And it's like, oh, that's terrifying. But the truth is, if somebody doesn't like your message, they will not buy your book, they will not tune in your video. If you don't like what you're listening right now, if you think I'm saying all bullshit, then please close this video and look for somewhere else that is more aligned with your ideas. So the thing is, I'm not pizza. If somebody doesn't like me, I'm sorry, but I can't be liked by everybody. And my ideas might be good for somebody, but basic or not interesting for somebody else. And that's fine, because I don't need to be liked by everybody. But if I can help even one of you today to feel more relaxed and more focused on your to-do list, I will win. So if you find this ideas useful, please let me know. I would love to hear from you. So the third thing is fear, because we are scared that we are not ready yet, that we don't know enough. We should just study a bit more, we should research a bit more, we should meet more people, whatever it is that it's all fear, and fear can be paralyzing. And we don't realize how much time has gone by. Like, I like to use Trello to use my to-do list, because sometimes I can see that something that I thought I will do within a few weeks has been sitting there since October 2018. And now it's June 2019. So it's also good to see, oh my gosh, this thing I've been procrastinating for quite some time. It means it's not urgent, or it means that I'm so scared to do it because I will get all these feelings. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough to do this. Or people will judge me, people will laugh at me. But then again, we can't be paralyzed by fear. If you don't want to do mistakes, the best thing you can do is just do nothing. If you do nothing during a day, there is little chance you will do mistakes. You will see the mistakes because inaction creates results, and not always they are nice. But it's always a choice. And if you don't do anything, the chances to make mistakes is less. So how I deal with these three issues? The thing is, the core message of today is just do the things you need to do. Just act on it. Just do a tiny step. If you want to write a book, start with recording a chapter to your phone, or write 1 page a day if you can. Can you put 20 minutes for your book? Or like at least a week? If you put 1 or 2 hours a week, by the end of the year, you will have 52 or over 100 hours in your book. So what can you do to progress? And to-do list. Don't put a long list, like your arm, because it's going to be so overwhelming. Don't do that. Do the long, the brain dump, but only pick 3 things. It's literally working with me. 3 things, and when you have done one goes and 1 can come in. If you get an urgent thing, put that urgent thing in, but take 1 out and put it back in the brain dump. Some people have brain dump, doing now and done. For me, it's a bit too basic because I have so many things on air. I need to keep studying, and I need to keep doing research, and doing blog posts and videos and personal stuff and blah, blah, blah. So for me, it's a bit too simple that way. But mine has brain dump, doing now, doing with opportunity now. I called it things to do within a week, and near future, and whenever. That probably will be changed the name from whenever to never. I don't care. It's things I would like to do some point in life, but probably will not, and it's fine. The war ain't going to end if I don't do it. Second, perfectionism. Try to do the best as you can. If you like things to be top-notch because you are that kind of person, and that's fine, but they don't need to be perfect. There is no such a thing as perfect. Perfect people don't exist. Perfect things don't exist. If you say, what is perfect for you? I have asked this question around. It's like, what's perfect for you? Because if you look in a microscope, even a sphere is not totally perfect. It has some lines that are not perfect. And some people will say a point with a pen is perfect. Which color needs to be that point of the pen? Is it blue perfect? Is it green perfect? Black? Who knows? So everything is a reality is a point of view, I like to say. I like this phrase. And so perfectionism is a point of view. It's like, it's fine if you like to do things top notch, then that's your style. So keep it that style, but don't wait to do things till they're perfect. Show up before you're feeling ready. So third point, fear. How to overcome fear. There is no such a thing as overcoming fear. It's not an on-off button, but we can have tools on how to deal with fear. And it's like listening to it for 2 minutes, like, oh my gosh, we're going to get, somebody's going to criticize us, and thank you, precious. Somebody's going to criticize us, and somebody's going to tell us we are stupid, blah, blah, blah. And listen to that voice, and then tune it down, 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 and show up to the world with the message you have to say, that book you need to write, precious, or like show up, even if you're fearful, even if you're freaking out and you're like, oh, terrified, show up. You're never going to feel ready. A huge life coach that talks about this concept a lot is Mel Robbins. If you don't know her, Google her. She has a very active Twitter account, and she's all about doing things now. Like, for example, what I learned from her is when you don't want to do something, or even waking up in the morning, she used the method of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which means when you know you have that thing that you know you need to do something, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go and do it. Go do something about it. Okay? So all these 3 things, overwhelm, perfection, and fear, are all uber normal. What you can do is not be living by them. You rule them. You make them go a little bit, don't talk now, I need to show up. Any famous public speaker can tell you that they feel nervous before going to stage. Every writer who's written a book, they kind of regret. It's like, oh my gosh, that book wasn't good enough. I should have written that thing. That's fine. We're all normal. We are not looking for perfectionism. We are looking for a better life, how to be happier. And if you have any message that can help the world, go and show up and do it. Thank you ever so much for listening, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Bye. Have a lovely Monday.